Hey guys, Travis Gillespie here, and wow, look at this. The price of product 2 looks to be about half the amount of product 1. And these are identical products. They're practically the same. Product 2 somehow is half the price of product 1. Better go out and buy it. Or should you buy it? If you're just looking at this graph visually, sure, it's going to look like, hey, product 2 costs less than product 1 by a dramatic amount. However, if you look a little bit more closely at the vertical axis, you're going to see that the price does not start at 0 like you typically do in math class starting at 0. It starts at $2.70 and moves up in increments of 10 cents till you get to $3.50. So let's take a look at a little bit more accurate of a graph. Determine, yes, look here, the y-axis or vertical axis here, it starts at 0, moves up to $3.50, just like on the first graph. However, the change in graphs does not seem to be that much more dramatic. In fact, the prices are only 50 cents apart. Does that mean that graph 1 was actually lying? Well, no. If you follow along for the second graph, you're going to see, hey, the price for product 2 is $3. And also, the price for product 2 on graph 1 is also $3. The graph's not lying. Graph 1 is not lying. However, it is misleading, and you will be misled if all you do is look at it visually. So be mindful, be careful, and pay attention to graphs because they can be misleading. However, since product 2, you might like the taste of it a little bit more since they're practically the same, it might be worth paying less for product 2, or if you like the taste of product 1, paying 50 cents more might be worth buying product 1. Let's look at another one. So a car company says, you know what, our cars, if you buy any of our cars, they will gain value over the years. And they create a graph to show you, just to prove that they are telling the truth. And here's the graph they show you. Wow, yeah, absolutely, this graph's showing me if I follow the trend, it's moving up. The graph is moving up over the years. However, if all you're doing is looking at just the graph, you might be misled. But, since the graph is moving up, why not go out and buy not only one car, but all of these valuable cars, because, in fact, you could sell them over time and become very wealthy. Well, before you do that and go and spend all your money, take a look at the vertical axis. Notice it doesn't start at 0, typically as what you do in math class or in your textbook. It starts at 7,000. It starts at a larger number than 0. And as you move up the vertical axis, the price actually drops. So what does that mean about our graph? Well, it's telling us that, hey, as time marches on, as the years go by, the value of the car actually drops in price still. Let's take a look at a more accurate graph just to visualize this better. Now here's the same exact graph, but as you can see, the vertical axis here, let's scroll down just a little bit so we have more space to see. Yeah, the vertical axis here compared to the graph above, well, it starts at 0 and the price rises, and now you can actually visualize as time marches on, the price of the car drops. The trend shows that the price is dropping over time. So the price is falling. It's a falling price of the product over the years here. And just make sure that you always look at the axis to see they're labeled, and so you get a clear idea of what's really going on, because you don't want to be misled.